Karl has been focusing a lot lately on the judo. He's been doing a lot of judo privates, judo lessons.
Who is that that's been doing a lot of judo?
Karl Krebs.
Karl Krebs, all right.
Teammate of Andrew Bittner over there at Gracie Raleigh, longtime Gracie Raleigh guy. Doing some teaching over there as well now.
Didn't get to use too much of that judo just yet since there was a guard pull from Mike Murray, but some heavy top half pressure. He's got to watch out for that right arm there on the Kimura trap, because even though it's difficult to finish the Kimura from here, it oftentimes is used, of course, to sweep or even just to recover to get the pressure off enough. And we see Mike able to bring his legs back inside, that right leg over the top. But Karl really committed to that bottom right-hand grip. There's a knee bar here that he could look at, or a step over, and starts to work his way towards side control.
Yeah, beautiful pass there from Krebs, but we already see the stiff arm frame for Mike Murray. Mike already making the good defensive decisions to recover guard here, and it looks like he will. He's back on that Kimura grip. There's so many options from here that have been discovered over the years. Obviously, as Kendall said, you can sweep to other positions that are more valuable here from here. You can take that pressure off your top. You can take the back, but it looks like Karl's ready with the defense, almost reverses the Kimura back on him just to get that pressure. And Magic Mike jumps right back to full guard. I think this is the lightest Karl has ever competed.
Really?
Yes. I know that I was reading on Instagram last night that this isn't the lightest he's been since he started jiu-jitsu, but it is the lightest he's been as a competitor. And it looks like Mike Murray's working on something here. Looks like he's working on an Ezekiel maybe, or some kind of collar choke from guard.
Yeah, from the bottom closed guard, you know, you could see some Ezekiels, you see loop chokes, so a lot of options from there. But I think Karl doing a good job of, even though he's not able to bring his posture all the way back up, he's able to at least start to stand up, and actually he's looking like he's putting some pressure of his own there from inside the guard. A very risky position to choke from inside the guard. I mean, we do see it work once in a while, but it's pretty risky to choke that way because it leaves your arms extended and your posture broken down. So even if you don't get arm barred or swept there, it makes it difficult to then stand up and open the guard after that once your opponent establishes really good grips in the bottom.
Especially when you're at this level, purple belt, and you can see how many stripes Karl has on his, getting ready pretty soon for that brown belt. At that level of experience, it is so hard to choke guys from inside their guard. Like, it's something that you see less and less and less as you go up and up and up, right?
Yeah, virtually zero in elite competition, right? I say virtually because I don't want someone to crack. There may be something out there that I haven't seen. I'm sure there is. The infinite world of jiu-jitsu matches, I'm sure. But you know, this is consistent, though, with Karl's games, because we see now he's looking for more like a Sao Paulo guard break where you walk your hips to the side, you sprawl your hips back, and you start to break the guard open. And it's definitely doable. The Sao Paulo pass, you can open the legs that way. So we're definitely seeing a theme in a bit of his passing, getting to know his style a little bit. But Mike looking really resilient to that, right? He's not afraid to open his guard and change direction. Now we're looking for a bit of a scissor sweep there.
It's always interesting when you have a guy who is a top player who's matched up against a guy who really is a good bottom player. It's like both these guys are getting to play their A game, which is kind of rare in jiu-jitsu, right? Like normally you're either imposing your will and implementing your A game and making your opponent step to the back foot, or they're doing that to you. Whereas this is one of those rare matchups where both guys are going to get to do the thing they're best at, and we're just going to get to see who comes out on top.
All right.
Yeah,
we can see some knee bar attempts happening from Karl. There's a nice half guard. Yeah. Bernardo Faria talks a lot about this knee bar too from top, if I'm not mistaken. But he doesn't quite have the angle now. Karl's done a good, or Mike's done a good job coming up to his side. He could even have a Kimura trap on that side.
He likes that. He likes that. Yeah, if they're intelligent, I think that's one of those moves that you can only really be hit by once or twice. You know, that knee bar from top. Once, especially like if you have a training partner who does it a lot, you have a little bit of hip intelligence. You get your hip to the side, and it's gone.
Yeah, I think it depends on how familiar you are with the position, right? Now he switches over to a knee staple. Now, that was a nice move because it allows the pass to open up. It freed his leg of half guard. And points are on now, so I don't know
Just
if
a
the
second
clock
early.
started. Yeah, I think the clock time of like starting the count for the points started after the pass.
Putting on a top pressure clinic though this entire match, so I'm sure that he will only continue to try and advance the position here and get to a point where he can attack. Now he's on that neon belly.
He'll be able to score for this. So now he puts 2 points up on the board for his neon belly attack. So at least the pass doesn't go unrewarded. But we see a baseball choke here from the bottom.
Interesting.
Look at this baseball choke. This could be tight, even though there is a mount. There won't be any mount points until the submission is free.
Excellent.
So until Karl is free of this choke, there won't be any mount points awarded, although it's hard to say in how much danger he's in because it seems if he was in a whole lot of danger, he might give up the mount position. So we see him bring his own frame in, him start to disconnect, and releases those choking grips, and now he settles into mount for the score.
I can tell you one thing. After watching a lot of Toro Cup matches and a lot of jiu-jitsu matches that involve bald men, if the top of their head doesn't start turning red, the choke's probably not in. But with these baldies, you can see when they're under attack.
It's a pro tip. I like
They'll
that.
turn red like a cherry tomato.
That's right. You know, I've seen that once or twice. Mark doing a good job trying to frame on the biceps here. And that really helps prevent Karl from getting a nice crossface, but he's opting for underhooks. So staying on double unders, it looks like. I can't see if his right arm's not.
Down.
Sorry?
I think he has yeah, he does.
He has a lockdown,
He has
yeah.
a lockdown, and he's working that underhook, and we know that that underhook can be shot deeper to make that lockdown sweep kind of happen. The problem with the lockdown position is just guys who get here and just chill here, right? Like, you got to kind of do something with this. It can stop Karl's progress, but you can't let it stop your progress.
That's the thing. It can be really neutralizing, and it can stop the progress, but it's very difficult to sweep from there if you're not excellent at the lockdown.
Yes, I agree.
And if the person on top knows how to shift their hip and kind of step their foot over your shin, then it's really hard to score in general. It's not a super successful position at the high levels. But it can, I don't want to like say that it's not valuable. It's a very valuable position, especially because it can stop the threat of the pass, which we were seeing for a while. And then we did see Karl able to step over and pass. I don't think he solidified the pass, though. He's back in half guard.
Almost as if he heard you. Like, as you were saying it, he stepped over it. That's what we call the commentator's blessing.
Now, again, a good frame here from Mike Murray on bottom. He may look to bring that right hand inside the bicep to remove that frame or that crossface if possible, but instead he opts to push the knee down so he can bring his right leg up and try to recover more of a closed guard. But notice the right leg there of Karl Krebs. That was very smart. He stepped his ankle over the top of the hamstring, almost like a butterfly guard pin, and that allowed him to move into this pass.
Yeah, it's been an incredible day for Karl Krebs from this top position. Mike Murray's been constantly in a battle just to recover guard, and every time he has gotten some form of a guard back, it's been a big win. And that's kind of how you know you're really getting smashed, when your biggest objective is just getting a guard back for most of the match.
Yeah, it kind of goes back to that offense versus defense position, like who's in the driver's seat, right? Because even if you are working back to retain a better position over and over and over, you're never really getting into your offense, and so it's hard to turn the tide of a match. It's a long road back sometimes to being back in the driver's seat when you're in a dominant, on the receiving end of a dominant position like this.
The chokes from the bottom with the lapel, so I'm sure Karl's monitoring his collar very closely. It looks like he's trying to lock his hands again on another one of these chokes.
Another pass here with 30 seconds left on the clock. Really cranking up those points now is Karl Krebs.
Heading down the stretch here, Mike Murray still trying to turn this into a meaningful attack from the bottom. It's very tough to submit from this position, obviously. It's going to look like he is going to walk away with this one with the points win. Time. A clinic, a virtual clinic from the top position by Karl Krebs. He did not.
That was a half guard passing seminar right there.
Yeah, 10-minute seminar that we all just had. Love to see that.